Hi, it's Stuart. I'd like to talk about negative gearing and explain to you in really simple terms what it is and why people do it. So negative gearing really relates to borrowing to invest in assets, typically property, but you can do it with shares as well. And negative gearing means that the income that you receive from the investments for which you've borrowed for will be less than the interest in respect to the loan that you used to purchase them. So, for example, if you go and borrow $100,000 and the interest rate is, say, 6%, it's going to cost you $6,000 a year. But if you put that $100,000 and buy some shares, for example, that pay a 3% dividend yield, you're going to earn $3,000 a year. So you've got $6,000 expense, $3,000 income, so your loss is $3,000 a year. That's negative gearing. Now, how does it help? Well, it helps because you can offset that loss against other income. So if I'm earning $100,000 a year and I've made a $3,000 loss on this investment, well, I can offset that against my pay, my normal salary income, the $100,000, and I'll only pay tax on the $97,000. So for people in the income tax bracket of $90,000 to $180,000, their marginal tax rate is 39%. So 39% of that $3,000, or almost half of it, will be a tax saving, and it helps us afford the cash flow cost of borrowing to invest. Now, why do people negatively gear? Because it doesn't make sense, right, that you're going to borrow and actually lose money. Well, the only reason that you would do that is that you're hoping that the value of the investment will appreciate. Because if I go back to my original example, when I borrowed $100,000 at 6% to invest in an asset that's only going to give me a 3% income yield, which is a 3% income amount, I'm losing 3% each year. So the only way that investment's going to make sense is if, for example, that investment is appreciating in value by 8%, for example. So that is that the investment's $100,000 today, but in a year it'll be $108,000 and so on, get 8% compounding growth. In that case, I've lost $3,000 of income, but I've gained $8,000 in terms of my net worth and asset position, so I'm net $5,000 ahead. Now, if you can't borrow to invest in assets and you're not confident those assets are going to give you rewards other than just the income loss and the capital gain, the tax saving, then you shouldn't do it. So in simple terms, negative gearing is borrowing to the amount where the expense of borrowing is greater than the income that you receive from that investment, and therefore you can offset that loss against tax. So if you want to know more, don't forget, grab my book Investopoly, which in very simple terms will show you how to master the game of building wealth. Okay, till next time, bye for now.